name is Vas and welcome to another video. Today in this video I will want to show you how you can keep your joints in a good shape. So I have here 3 joints, and for each one you need to check differently, and obviously for each one is different checks as well. So I'm gonna start with the bigger joint, which is my Air 2S. I know it's an old joint, but obviously it still flies, still provides me with images, and I'm still happy with that. So we're gonna put them 2 joints on the sides for now and look on this bigger joint. So the first check you do is make sure you got them propellers in a good state, you don't have any cracks on them. If you're gonna have any cracks on them, you might have some issues while flying, means your joints will gonna struggle to fly as well, and which will gonna cause issues, and your battery will gonna drain faster. So make sure you check all the propellers so there's no cracks, especially at the edge. Make sure they nicely inside, they're not coming off. So make sure you put them properly, you're checking. You meant to do this before you take off and before any flight you do. But if you do that maybe once a week, just to keep an eye on your joint, it's still a good thing. So in my case, I'm gonna check my propellers so you can see they're in good state. That's because I haven't flown this joint too much due to the weather. And yeah, you can see it's a good shape, it's in a good state. No issues at all. So the first thing you check on your joint is the propellers. So if one of them are cracked, you need to change them, anyway, just in case, to be on a safe side. So again, propellers, the first thing to check. Then check the motors, and you can see they're pretty good, nothing inside. If you want, you can take the off propellers and check if there is nothing like dirt inside the motors. In my case, they're pretty good, they're clean and like a brand new. So I'm gonna put this on back, and that's it. Make sure it's solid. That's it. The second thing, or the third thing you're gonna check is the gimbal, the camera gimbal. So make sure it's nothing inside, again, nothing inside, any dirt, maybe, you never know, some paper, you never know, it could be very weird. I still have this sticker, which is not causing any issues. The thing you need to worry about, it's inside. So make sure the camera is in good state, and that's pretty much the check you need to do on the gimbal camera. So I'm gonna put the cover back, and the camera looks fine to me. Okay, and now you can check the battery. Again, the battery you need to check before takeoff. You just make sure it won't come off. So make sure when you put the battery on any drone, make sure it's solid and it's not coming off. That's pretty much the checks you need to do on a big drone. If you have a different drones, for each drone it's individual checks, but it's pretty much for all of them a common sense. Make sure the arms as well are not cracked, not damaged, and when you open them they're not loose. So just in case when you fly it won't cause any issues. So this is my Air 2S, it's in good state, and that's the checks I've done for this drone. Now we're gonna move to my smaller drone, which is DJI Mini 3 Pro. For this drone there is no much checks you can do because it's a smaller drone. It's pretty much same checks you do on this drone, same as on the bigger drone. Same, just check the camera gimbal. The cover is coming off really hard. Make sure there's nothing inside, especially when you fly. Again, you could have some dirt, maybe some leaves. So just check inside if there's anything, nothing in there. Again, check the arms as well. There's no cracks, no damages on the arms, the propellers. So to be honest, I've just checked it last night, and I've seen some little cracks on the propellers. So this orange bit, you can see, I don't know if you can see, but it's coming off. So for me it means I need to change the propellers on some of the arms. So I'll probably have to change them all. That's really important because, again, if the propellers are damaged, the drone is gonna struggle to fly. It will drain the battery much more faster because it will struggle to fly. So again, that's the checks you do on the smaller drone. Make sure the battery is properly in. Again, same thing as on a bigger drone, battery, make sure it's proper in. You do that before you fly as well, just in case it won't drop out from the sky. So I'll put this one back and I'm gonna show you in another video how you can change the propellers on this DJI Mini 3 Pro. I think same thing applies on DJI Mini 4 Pro as well, but I will gonna leave this one for later. Now we're gonna move to the FPV drone. This is my FPV drone, DJI Avata, the first one. It's in a good state. I can't see any damages. Check the propellers, make sure there's no cracks, especially on them one, because on the internet there's a lot of issues like they dropping from the sky. I didn't have any issues with this drone, and also I haven't flown this drone too much. Again, same checks, check the camera gimbal, make sure there's nothing inside. It's pretty much clean and not dirt. So I'm gonna put the cover back. Okay, now the battery, again, make sure it's properly put in so you won't have any issues when you're flying and you won't lose the drone. Again, the propellers, make sure they're not cracked, they're not damaged, and they're moving really smooth. So that's pretty much the checks you need to do on the drone just to keep them in a good shape. I would also say that keep the battery as well. If you won't fly the drone too much, that charge them to 100% and then just leave them to discharge automatically. Do not fly the drone with half charged battery because it will cause the issue for the battery in a long run. And that's pretty much, again, that's pretty much what I want to tell you. If you have any questions, ask in my community, myprochannel.com, and if you have any quick questions, ask in the comments. Feel free to subscribe to my channel, thumbs up, and again, I'm gonna see you in the next video.